Good morning, I'm Gary Elston. I'm pastor at the Lagodi United Methodist Church. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. We came to you 3 weeks ago and announced our plans for a phased-in reopening of the church building. And the tentative date we set for in-person worship to begin again was May 24. That's this coming Sunday. Last night, our core leadership team met, and they went over the data from the area and the county and the state, the COVID data, and we again reviewed our plan of reopening. And our conclusion was, we're still going to open on May 24th. Had the data changed, we would have changed dates. And if the data changes over the next few days dramatically, we'll let you know, and we'll change the dates. But right now, we plan on opening our doors for in-person worship this Sunday, May 24th, at the regular worship times of 8:15 and 10:45. Now, I want you to remember what the leaders kept at the forefront when they were coming up with their decision. One was the safety of our church family. The second one was the governor's plans and guidelines. And number 3 was the recommendation from the CDC and the IDH. We kept those things at the forefront of our thinking. Those were our guiding factors in determining our plan and whether or not to go ahead this Sunday. I'm here today to give you a lot of information, and I know it's going to be a lot of information. Why are we doing this? We want you to make an informed choice on whether or not to return. We want you to feel safe when you return, and we hope that the information we give you over the next few minutes allows you to feel safe. Let me first remind you of our dates of our openings. This Sunday, May 24th, will be the first time we gather and worship together. Then a week later, on June 1st, we can begin our committee meetings again. We encourage you to still use Zoom, the Zoom platform for your meetings, but you can meet here at church, following social distancing guidelines. And again, just start with your regular scheduled meetings. Don't try and make any meetings up. On June 1st as well, our adult church-sponsored groups can also return to church that day. That's people like the Quilters and the Walkers and the men's group. And those adult church-sponsored groups, they can begin on June 1st. On June 21st, our adult Sunday school class and our youth activities can begin in person. So all of our adult Sunday school classes and our youth activities can again begin in person on June 21st. Beginning July 4th, outside groups, those not affiliated with the church, are allowed to use the building again. And also, individuals who want to reserve a part or all of our building may do so for graduation parties, etc. Again, that starts on July 4th. A couple of special notes. For the foreseeable future, the nursery, the children's church, and the children's Sunday school are going to be closed. We'll open them at a later date, and we don't know that date yet. We'll watch data from the state and the region, and we'll probably take cues from the school systems. We'll figure out when we want to start those activities. But for right now, we are not. Your children are welcome in worship as they always have been. While we're returning to in-person worship, that doesn't mean that everything is back to normal. The virus is still with us. The pandemic is not over. There are new cases every day in Martin County, not necessarily Martin County, but in counties around Martin County. So we still have to take care of ourselves, and that requires us to make some changes in the way we worship. And let me begin by giving you a few general items. We strongly recommend that you wear a mask. That protects you and others. And maybe the ones that you are protecting are more at risk than you. So when you come to worship Sunday, we urge you to wear a mask. And until June 14th, per the governor's guidelines, we're recommending that those people who are 65 years of age and older remain at home. We encourage you to continue to worship online with us and on the radio with us. While you're here at church, for no matter what reason, whether it's worship or any other reason you might be here, and while you're out other places in God's world, always practice social distancing. Stay 6 feet apart, and that's 7 Indiana Tenderloins. Stay 6 feet apart. Now, immediate family groups don't necessarily have to abide by this rule. You're living together anyway. I'm going to let you know that the sanctuary and the restrooms just outside the sanctuary will be cleaned and sanitized between worship services. Also, that no other restrooms are going to be open in the building. And we're going to ask you to limit your travel in the building to this area, the sanctuary, the narthex, the restrooms. Now, please note, please. If you don't feel comfortable coming back to worship yet, we certainly understand that. We hope you continue to join us on the radio, WRZR at 11:15, and live stream on YouTube at 11 o'clock-ish. And we do look forward to seeing you when you do feel comfortable in returning. So here are some of the changes that you'll see when you get here at church on Sunday morning. And there are lots of them. First, as you enter, 2 of the main doors are going to be propped open to allow you to access the building without touching the doors. There will be no other doors open. All the other doors will be locked. Our greeters will be outside underneath the portico, which allows the room to keep social distance from you but still greet you from afar. No handshakes, no hugs. Also, there's going to be no bulletins to pass out and receive. Now, once inside the building, please proceed to the sanctuary. Don't loiter in the narthex. That'll help us keep our social distancing. Again, we're suspending use of the nursery for an undetermined amount of time yet, but your children are welcome in worship as they always have been. The hospitality center won't be serving coffee or refreshments. You may, however, bring appropriate beverages with you to worship. Again, note that the narthex restrooms are open, and each restroom has been retrofitted with some touchless equipment, and both restrooms will be sanitized between worship services. We're not going to pass the collection plate during worship, again, to minimize the chance of contacting the virus from each other. So as you enter the doors of the sanctuary, there's going to be a secure stand in which to place your offering. And here's an example. There's a slot on top for your offering, and then there's also a sanitizer here if you'd like to have hand sanitizer, and we encourage that. And by the way, thank you. Thank you for continuing to give your offering during our time of being apart. We really appreciate that. Our ministries can continue to go even when we were apart. Now, once you get inside the sanctuary, please take a seat. You'll notice that half the pews are blocked off. And you can notice over my head here that there's a sign, and it's on some yarn, and we've got pews blocked off. So please choose a seat, not in a blocked off pew. Again, this allows us for social distancing. I mean, again, immediate family units can sit together, but if you are not a member of the immediate family, please keep your social distancing within the pews. And we trust you enough not to use ushers to seat you or reseat you. You're going to notice a few things when you get to the pews. There are some things that aren't there anymore. The hymnals, the pew Bibles, and the attendance pads are all gone. Again, this is done so as to minimize the chance of contracting the virus from each other. We're not going to have a time of sharing the peace. I know, a lot of you like that time. Nor will we have a time of sharing our joys and concerns. Please let the office know your joys and concerns, and we'll publish them with Monday morning's e-newsletter, as we're currently doing. We will not have congregational singing, and I know this one hurts. We'll probably watch music videos in place of the singing. And again, it's done to minimize the chances of contacting germs from each other. The choir will not be here in the 8:15 service. The praise team might be singing in the 10:45 service. That's undetermined yet. Again, there's going to be no children's church, but your children are welcome in worship as they always have been. Now, in order for us to do social distancing at the end of the service, we'll be dismissing you by rows or by sections if there are few in a section. And we ask that you proceed out of the building so others can be dismissed. Once in the parking lot, it will be easier to keep social distancing and still be somewhat social. I know. That was a lot of information to take in. We wanted you to have the information so you could make an informed choice. Is this plan perfect? Nah. We've probably missed something. We've certainly missed something. Is everyone going to remember the plan and execute it perfectly? No. Too many moving parts, too many changes. We'll miss a step somewhere. We know that. But let's all give it our best effort, and if we do, then things will work as smoothly as they can and as safely as they can. Also, I want you to know that we're not going to be hard-nosed policemen with our plan. But we will gently urge folks to be safe and follow the plan. As the remaining phase-in dates draw closer, we'll again contact you with information you need to be safe during those next phases. Please watch for letters and emails and videos that will contain that information. The last time we met as a church family was March 15th. That seems like a long time ago. I've missed seeing your bright and shining faces. I've missed hearing you sing the music we love to sing. And I am really looking forward to Sunday and seeing you again, even if it is behind a mask. I hope you plan on and are looking forward to being at church again. Until then, stay safe and continue to share God's love. Amen.